para lang malaman natin kung may papasok na Certificate of Proclamation or canvas mula sa mga probinsya at sa highly urbanized cities at saka sa iba't ibang post natin abroad.
Sir, last na lang po. If walang failure of elections, do you still consider na generally peaceful itong election nyo?
Hindi pa po kasi tapos ang eleksyon kaya medyo mahirap pang magsalita. Pero kung napansin nyo naman kahit paano, lahat ng mga nakita nating issues yan kahit noon pa. In fact, noon, mas sobra-sobra yung mga issue natin. Pero kanina talaga, naging effective yung mga innovations natin. Tulad po ng early voting. Hindi po maitatatwa. Mapakadaming nakinabang na mga nakatatanda sa early voting. Maaaring kulang ang 2 oras. Maaaring dapat mas mahaba sa 2 oras. Pero, just the same, madami pong pumunta. Madami pong nakinabang sa early voting. Number 2, yung mall voting natin. Hindi rin po maitatatwa. Sobrang daming pumunta na mga kababayan natin na nakarehistro na ang pagboto ay sa mall. Sapagkat komportable sila. At alam nyo, yung mga nag-monitor sa mall, alas 5 pa lang ng umaga, nakabukas na yung aircon nung mga mall kung saan ginawa natin yung pagboto. At comfortably nakaupo yung mismo mga kababayan natin. So, at yung mga iba pang innovation, napakinabangan naman po. Talaga lang, yung pong PPP natin, yung pong priority polling place, talaga lang pong meron tayo mga nakatatanda at nauunawaan po natin sila. Tama lang po din yon na nag-insist na sila mismo ang magdadala at maghuhulog ng balota sa mismong makina. Tama po yon. Kung napansin po nyo, hindi po natin pinigilan yung bagay na yan. Pinabayaan po natin. Ang isa lang po naming tanong, Nay, Tay, o Lolo, Lola, okay lang po kayong tumaas? Sabi nila, okay lang, basta kami maghuhulog. Siyempre, pagka nagkaganon, ihihinto mo ang pagpapasok muna ng ibang botante. Uunahin mo muna sila. Kasi nga po, may priority ang mga nakatatanda. Yun ang dahilan kung bakit sa ilang lugar, humaba ang pila po ng ating pong ang ating pong pagboto.
Gerald Nabal, Malaya.
Sir? Sir, good evening po. Sir, 2 questions lang, sir. Sir, you mentioned yung timing mark sa ballots, kaya nagka-problema. Paano po siya nakapasa sa verification when yung timing marks pala yung may problema, which you mentioned na pinaka-importante?
Tama po kayo dyan. Yan din yung tanong natin kanina sa... Yan din yung tanong natin kanina nung na-report sa atin sa ating pong sa PITX. Kasi sinabi sa atin, ang tanong natin, papaano yon? Ibig sabihin ba nun, yung ating verifier, hindi na pinadaan sa machine. Nung makita nung kanyang mata, hindi na pinadaan, samantalang dapat dumadaan yan sa mismong makina. For whatever reason, inaalam pa namin yung kadahilanan. Pero ang talagang findings is because napakalabo ng pagkaka-imprenta ng mismong timing marks. Kung napansin nyo, pagka yung mga balotang ginamit natin, malilinaw yung timing marks. Pag malabo, hindi siya nabasa ng scanner ng mga makina.
Sir, isa pa sir. Sir, dun sa 15 na polling precincts, if they are not failure of elections, tama po ba sabihin na postponement of elections? Hindi rin po. Hindi rin po.
Continuation of election lang talaga. Kasi kapag postponement of election or kapag po kasi postponement nakalagay sa section 6 ng Omnibus Election Code, kinakailangan may force, may threat, may terrorism, may force majeure. Wala naman po yung mga grounds na yun And so therefore, hindi po siya postponement of the election. Nung barangay, natatandaan nyo, kahit noong 2022, may mga lugar po noon na hindi man postponement ang ginamit pero nag-continue po tayo ng ating halalan. Kasi nga po, kinakailangan na madala yung iba pang natitirang gamit na hindi po nadala nung unang kulang nadala nung una.
Sir, last. Sir, I know hindi pa tapos yung sir, but can we say at least successful po yung naging election natin considering na may 300 na nagka-problemang makina?
Alam niyo po, noong 2022, and the PMO of 2022 will agree to this statement. Ang final testing and sealing noong 2022, 2,000 ang nagkaproblema na makina. Final testing and sealing yon. Ito po, wala kami nagkaproblemang makina sa FTS. In fact po, May 10, 100% na po yung aming pong FTS kahit naman po yung ating Dato Udin Siswat nakapag-final testing and sealing. Ngayon po, kung 311, ikumpara po sa ating pong 2,500 naman nung mismong araw ng eleksyon ng 2022, di hamak na maliit naman po yan. At again, hindi po sila talaga nagkaproblemang nasira. Kung hindi, ang ginawa po ng COMELEC, yun ang binigay natin instruction kanina, wala na tayong pakialam whether 1 time, 2 times na nag-reject yung machine. Basta tanggalin na yan, palitan na ng bago. Di ba? So yun po yung sinasabi po natin, na kahit paano, meron namang po kasi tayo na contingency machines.
For our last question, ibigay natin sa isang FOCAP member,
Yes.
Ms. Gretchen Malalag.
Hi, sir.
Go ahead, Iya.
Sir, for English soundbite lang. Sir, there are a couple of election-related violence reported. And what is now happening in these provinces? And can you consider this midterms elections fairly peaceful compared to the previous elections?
We have
Thank you.
34 areas declared under red category. And therefore, as compared to the previous elections of 19 and 2022, it would really appear to be the lowest of the 3 elections when it comes to the issue of the declaration under red category. We only have 2 areas under COMELEC control as compared to the previous elections. Even in fact, during the barangay and SK elections, we have more or less 4 declared COMELEC controlled areas, kahit barangay lang yon. And so, when it comes to election-related violence, it's more or less 44. The other day, it's 40. After 4, what happened kanina, so it's 44. It still is the lowest in the 3 elections that we had. If you are going to compare with 128 and more or less 120 in 19 and 2022. So it's still the lowest. So what we are saying is, if that is the basis, then perhaps the election is peaceful. But however, we would like to be honest and frank. Regardless as to whether it is lower or even greater or even of the same number of election-related violence, but still there are violence. And therefore, an election marred by violence is to us not acceptable as an election, as a conduct of election. There's still a lot of things to be done, a lot of learning matters to be enhanced, simply because an election is never perfect. Try to imagine on the issue, ma'am, of the printing of the ballots. We had been printing the ballots since time immemorial. Why is it that there are always issues concerning the printing of the ballots? Look at the machines. We had the machines since 2010. Why is it that you always have to wipe the scanner? Why is it that there is always an issue of like this and like that? But take note. Take note. Did you even hear a particular precinct that the battery had failed? Wala tayo kahit isang single na battery na nag-fail. Kahit walang kuryente, wala kayo nadinig na isa. Simply because, as we have been saying, the batteries can last for 3 days. As we have been saying, one of the greatest factors in this election is the heat index. And indeed, it's true. Bakit po? Merong isang kanina, I think namatay po, nakakalungkot, na isang nakatatanda because of the heat index. Talaga pong sobra pong ang init kanina. And we have gone to the precincts, alam niyo po yan, kahit tayo, sobra tayong na-exhaust because of the heat index and because of the extreme humidity. And therefore, it affected the voting. However, it cannot be denied. Kudos to the Filipino people and electorate. They trooped to the precincts. Hindi po namin inaasahan talaga na ganun kadami. They went into the precincts, they voted. Alam natin, 63 to 65% always ang voters turn out for a midterm elections. But let us look. once the entire data will come in.